Steve Silvestri. Perhaps some of the most damning evidence against the Church of Scientology being a legitimate religion are their own promotional videos, which to most anyone outside the cult are completely over the top and outrageous in their general tone and claims, often with a vagueness mainly seen in infomercials and other advertisements which promise miracle cures to your problems/ailments. Do you know how these commercials, quote unquote, for example, the Golden Age of Tech Phase 2 video on YouTube, are produced? How do they recruit people to make these testimonials? Are these people truly this excited over Scientology and the tech? I would also assume the aforementioned video is mainly produced for church consumption, not the general public, in order to rally the troops and open their wallets up a bit. But I guess what I'm really trying to drive at is this. Who in their right mind oversees the production of these videos? Watching them is like the equivalent to snorting a line of amphetamines. Whose idea was it to set the tone for these videos, indeed most of their video production? Isn't there anyone in production who thinks to themselves, maybe we don't need to push it to 11 this time? Needless to say, these are highly produced videos, and I know that every design decision is deliberate. Okay, Steve, cool questions here. So let me tell you what I know. Golden Era Productions is a division of the Church of Scientology International, and they classically were the ones who were producing these kind of videos. I believe Scientology Media Productions has probably taken that over, and they're based in Los Angeles, just a few blocks away from the Big Blue complex. Regardless of who's producing those teams of people, video producers, editors, writers, these guys are the ones who get together and put these videos together. They do it on orders of David Miscavige. He is the ultimate authority in how all of this gets done. He is the one who sets the tone. If you're wondering where all this comes from, it all comes from him. None of the videos that you ever see about Scientology have ever been released without first him approving them. And I'm sure that is every single video property. I could be wrong about that. It might not be every single one, but as I understand the approval lines and how things work when it comes to the promotion and marketing of Dianetics and Scientology, all things go through Miscavige's desk. And yeah, he's got this really over-the-top kind of stylistic approach to producing Scientology promotional videos. And yes, the video you saw and all the videos, these what we used to call success videos, because they are success stories. They're little one-liners that, promote the success of services or Scientology materials or lectures. So those videos are used as teasers for the events, or they are used in the events to promote, the latest and greatest releases, so that people will loosen their wallets a bit and want to buy the latest and greatest releases. That's what it's all about. Is those videos are promotion to Scientologists to get them to buy, the latest and greatest. And all the video productions I know are fairly over the top, but it's those success videos specifically that really blow people's minds. They were never meant for broad public consumption, ever. Nobody ever expected people outside the Church of Scientology, in other words, non-Scientologists, to see those videos. Now, how they're put together, I was involved with a couple of those, not from the production angle, but actually being in them. I don't think you've ever seen me in one. I don't think I made the final cut. In the one that I was filmed for, but I've watched a number of these get put together, and it's really just a small video crew gets sent down to Los Angeles or to Clearwater, Florida, mainly is where they get these things done. They might do them at St. Hill or other Sea Org bases, and they just take existing, usually staff or upper-level Scientologists or even Sea Org members sometimes, and they ask them, tell me about, what you think of whatever the service or materials or lectures were that are being promoted. And they are obviously encouraging that these people, they don't put words in their mouth, but they say, what was the best thing you enjoyed about this? What could you say about it? And people really usually go on these whole rolls. You only see an edited down 1 or 2 lines of what they're saying, but usually these people have been sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes going on and on about whatever their success or revelations or epiphanies were. What they call cognitions or realizations in Scientology. So they just sit Scientologists down, and the Scientologists that they get, though, all have to have clearance through the ethics officer. So you're never going to get somebody on video who's got any doubts or reservations or has expressed any problems or trouble with Scientology, at least not in the recent past, right? If they have, all of that has been sorted out, and they have, shown that they are good Scientologists in good standing. They have ethics clearance, in other words. And that's actually a formal procedure that the shoot crew has to do. Usually what they do is they go to some org staff member, like in certain areas of I won't get into the specifics, but they'll go to certain staff who might know who are the winning Scientologists, right? Who are the guys we should be talking to, who should be in these success videos? And they'll come up with a list of those names. They'll send the list to the ethics officer. They get ethics clearance, and they make sure the person's cool. Then they go approach the person, hey, we want your thing. Or they might do it the other way around. They might film the person, but then get the ethics clearance, regardless of what sequence they do it in. That is required. I know that for sure, right? Because you don't want any of those SPs or PTSs sneaking into the success videos. Anyway, so that's kind of how they're produced and how the whole thing is put together. It's all just, gung-ho people sharing their Scientology gung-ho-ness. And it is Miscavige ultimately who sets that tone. If without any question, it's 100% his baby.